Hey, hi, and welcome to my channel. My name is Chastity, and here we talk about beauty, entertainment, celebrities, TV shows, animes, movies, and kind of anything else that garners my attention this week. So this week's video is, I guess, brought to you by my friend Jasmine. She's the one that asked me to do this video, and she's the one that kind of helped me start my research so I can do this topic. So I just want to say thank you to Jasmine if you're watching this right now. And I will have all of her links in my description because she is not only an amazing artist, but she is a creator of a black webtoon. And if you're like me and a black person who likes webtoons, you know there's not a lot of us in webtoons. And my friend has a fantastically, beautifully drawn and written webtoon. Her webtoon is called Kaleidoscope, so please click the link in the description, read it, rate it, tell her how much you love it, and maybe if you were sent there from me, I would really appreciate it. Be like, I saw your video from I saw your webtoon from Chastity. I would really appreciate it if you go check her out. She's the little sister I always wish I had. I love you, Jasmine. So this week we will be discussing ex-Musically creator, now popular TikToker and YouTuber, Zoe Laverne. So I think the route I'm going to go through with this video is starting from her very beginnings and her dealings with controversy to what is happening present day. I just think I want to at least give a little context to why she is reacting the way she is, but in no way, shape, or form giving her an excuse for this disgusting and nasty behavior. No. But I do want to give context to her reactions, to our reactions, to her being a horrible person. Another person's name who will be coming up quite often in this story is, I guess the best way I can describe it, is her ex-boyfriend, Cody. He also is a YouTuber, TikToker, social media personality as well. Zoe's career started in about 2016. She said that she was getting bullied at school, so the only place she could feel comfortable in herself was on Musically. I feel like a lot of kids who grow up in social media and don't really have a good relationship with people at school, they find themselves on social media. And for her, it was Musically, which then ended up becoming very lucrative for her. She got extremely popular on the app and got a lot of subscribers, a lot of love. But with that love, people in her school started bullying her, started threatening her, and it got to a point her parents had to pull her out of regular school and start homeschooling her. Fast forwarding a little bit, we get to Cody and Zoe ending up dating and then starting their joint couple channel. As you do as social media couples, you make a couples channel. And so I want to say late 2019, Zoe actually ends up cheating on Cody at Playlist Live, which I find low-key ironic because I think the year prior, she did a cheating on my boyfriend prank, and now art's imitating life, okay? She pretended, and now she really is. So what follows is a series of Instagram lives, some of them crying, Cody going off and saying, I think them having the about to call it a Zoom conference. Zoom University is getting to my head. They were both on Instagram Lives together trying to talk about it. She takes responsibility at first, and she's just like, that was my fault, and I'm so sorry. And then we get to this point where she's kind of trying to drag the guy she kissed and called him disgusting and said he's always been trying to get with me, and it's he's gross and disgusting, but you still kissed him? So he can't be that gross and disgusting if you felt the need to press your lips against his. And then we got to the portion where they were just on Instagram Live crying, which I will never get. You will never catch me in full-on tears on Instagram Live, so y'all can clip it and make it into a meme later. No. I already know how y'all feel about black women on the internet. Y'all love to make us memes. Cody then makes a video kind of discussing some of the lies and misconceptions about the situation. And in said video, he states that Zoe had sexually assaulted him. She tries to pull down his pants. She tries to kiss him without his consent, and just a whole lot of. So what follows is like what most social media couples do when they break up. A lot of videos saying blank with my ex, reacting to blank with my ex, I'm reacting to my ex's blank. A lot of videos centered around each other, the breakup, the relationship, all of that is what followed soon after. Like, again, that's what you do when you're a social media couple. You break up, you make a bunch of videos to profit off of it, and then you usually get back together, and then rinse and repeat. You do it all over again. This past June, Cody releases a video called Me and Zoe Broke Up, where she explains that they're no longer together. And then after that, Zoe gets on Instagram Live to say that Cody had physically abused her. So after these two both accused each other of various degrees of assault, it didn't look good for either of them. People were saying that Cody was abusive. People were saying that Zoe sexually assaulted him. Everyone kind of was hating her. And while in the midst of all of this, this real terrible video of Zoe gets leaked, and it's of her crying on the floor about Charlie D'Amelio about to pass her in followers on TikTok. When I say she's crying, I don't mean like the fake crying that a lot of YouTubers and social media people do when they get caught in something. They go like, oh, oh, oh. No. It was snot, just face flush, covered in it was it was a bad look. I think at one point she refers to Charlie as a bitch, and she's saying that she doesn't deserve to pass her because Zoe is the queen of TikTok. And it was a bad look. I watched it. I'm not gonna include that video. I shouldn't, because it was just pathetic. And like, I didn't feel bad for her. I was just like, why would you do that? Because I am trying to understand her point in this. Maybe it's because Charlie got 10 million followers in a year. That is crazy. So I could imagine like you've been grinding for a while. You was on Musical.ly, now you're on TikTok. And anyway, like Zoe doesn't have like a small amount of like followers. She's like, I think right now 17 million followers. So she don't got a follower count to sneeze at. But I can see maybe you feel like she doesn't deserve it because you've been doing this longer, you've been working longer. And again, Charlie kind of just came out of nowhere, and then in a year 10 million followers. So maybe that, but still, it's just like, you're crying. It's not like because she has all these followers, you're not gonna get any endorsements, no one's gonna follow you. Like, the thing about social media is multiple people can be big at one time. There is room for everyone to eat sometimes. So that right there is a little bit of history of our terrible person, Miss Zoe. I think it is really important for y'all to know this information so you are fully understand why she is reacting to the situation when she's acting. Because from the moment she's been on social media, she's been getting a lot of hate. From school to the point of being homeschooled to even when she first got on Musical.ly. I assume maybe some of the kids from school probably found her and started bullying her on there as well. So I feel like Zoe's in a place, and then from her whole situation with her ex-boyfriend and that breakup being super public and having the whole internet watching your relationship implode, I genuinely believe Zoe sees anything that is not on her side as hate. Like a lot of people on social media, I've noticed when they have a pretty problematic, and then problematic to not even like crazy problematic. I feel like a lot of people who are coined problematic don't do anything that deserves cancellation. I feel like a lot of them are young, and they just kind of are young people on the internet making young people on the internet mistakes. But again, when you're making mistakes in front of hundreds of thousands of people, it just don't look right. It don't look good. And I think And then they create this thing in their mind that anybody who is not 100% for them is a hater, and it's just hate, and it's not actual criticism. And I feel like Zoe is in that place that she doesn't understand that, like, we're not being haters. She did something wrong, very wrong, which I will find out very, very soon. You did something gross and disgusting, and now you're being held accountable. That's the thing. Accountability is not hate. Not all the time. Now, some of y'all, your accountability is purely hate. Some of y'all fans, some of you stans, your accountability is 100% hate. But in this situation, there's no way for you to be a hater. You're either on the right side or you're on the wrong side, or you're like 12. That's about it. That's another thing about Zoe. She has a young fan base, and that will play into this as well. So about like a month or two ago, Cody's, Zoe's ex-boyfriend's Instagram gets hacked. I have some questions about this hack. It's weird to me. Just a little bit. Something don't smell right. He gets hacked, and DMs between Cody and Zoe's ex-best friend get leaked. And in those DMs, they are talking about the fact that Zoe is in a relationship with a 13-year-old fan of hers. Oh God. It's the way, like, I did my research on this, and I didn't expect to end up here. I truly didn't. From just how boring and blasé the first half of this video is to get into here, it's like this escalation. And for what? So the DMs get leaked. Zoe does, as you do as a liar, go on Instagram and deny. You know, as you do as a disgusting person. And then this video of her kissing said 13-year-old boy gets leaked. I also want to say that I will not, from this point forward, I will be mentioning the child, but I will not be saying his name because he's 13. He's a 13-year-old boy, and his name and face should not be in any of this. He's a child. He's a victim. If you want to go somewhere else and find out who he is, please don't. But if you're going to do that, please do not send this child hate. Even if he's saying dumb stuff, because again, he's 13. Synapses, not firing off. The frontal lobe, not formed yet. He is a child, and he's very much so being manipulated. So the video comes out, and she can't very well deny it because we caught this bitch in 4K. All right, she's a clear, candid camera. You see her face, you see the child's face, who looks like a child. So like, there ain't really much she could really do at this point because we caught her. Oh yeah, baby, ha ha ha, we caught your ass. So now we switch over to TikTok. This child is on TikTok posting videos about Zoe, talking about how much he misses her and how much he loves her. And again, I'm not going to hate on him because he's a child and he is a clear victim. He doesn't know any better. There's this older woman who he's a fan of hers. So she's that disgust. So there's like the imbalance of power of her being 19 years old. I don't think I told y'all this. Zoe is 19 years old. She's smarter than this. And he's 13, so there is that humongous age gap, so that power imbalance. And then the fact that he is actually a follower of hers, he's a fan. So there's that imbalance of power on top of the disgusting age gap. Now, he's on TikTok being like a child, because he is one. He misses her, he loves her, he wishes he could see her, yada, yada, yada. Cody then gets on TikTok to further expose Zoe, showing text messages between Zoe and this child. And the text messages are definitely, can be inferred as flirty. They're clearly flirting with each other, talking about how much they miss each other, how important they are to each other. A lot of things you would not be texting. Like, you and I wouldn't text a 13-year-old this, but of course, Zoe's a fucking creep. She's a fucking creep. So, of course, she's texting this little boy. This poor child. These things. Also, I think Cody has said that their relationship had Zoe's and the child's goes on longer than we think. That she was texting this child while her her and Cody were still together. So this is where Zoe proves to all of us, like we didn't already know, that she is in fact a dummy bitch. She gets on Instagram, TikTok live. I'm sorry, because I forget that TikTok has a live because I don't have enough followers to have the live function. So I don't think it exists, but it definitely does exist. She goes on live on TikTok to admit, she admits to kissing a 13-year-old. But she is in fact, but she also states that she is not a groomer. Nay, nay. She may have kissed a child, but she is not a groomer. She says that she didn't mean for them to catch feelings for each other, that they were both in very sad and depressed states. And they found, like, I guess, comfort in each other. And so feelings grew. But she made sure to say that they only kissed. They didn't go any further. She wouldn't do that to him. I hate the idea of you trying to blame your mental health for why you were in a relationship with a child. Those two things are not synonyms. There are people running around this earth with many of mental health issues and are not in relationships with fucking children, Zoe. I don't care how sad I get. A 13-year-old will never be appealing. I don't even understand how can you have conversations with children. Like, I have younger cousins, like, children older than the age of 5 and between the ages of, like, 17. I do not know how to have conversations with them, and I do not know how to relate to them. Like, little kids, like, little babies, oh yeah, cool, we can hang out all day. But like that, child, tween, teenage, that's not my demographic, baby. Oh, no. I'm asking you about school and homework. Those are the only two things I should be asking you about. But you got into this deep emotional connection with this little boy. How deep he's 13 years old. He's as deep as a kiddie pool. Stop fucking playing with me. So at one point, the clown gives an apology, right? But then she's seen in his lives telling him how much he misses her, how much he wants to see. But you're sorry for your behavior, but you're in the lives. That don't seem like you're apologetic. It doesn't. And again, I'm just over her acting like nothing was wrong with this. Like, she's like, it's not that big of a deal. Yes, it is. It's a huge ass fucking deal. And one thing about Zoe, she gonna go on live and make a situation 1,000% worse. Because I don't think I can even find enough clips from the Instagram lives from this time. Because there's just so many. And I don't know which one to pick. Because they all make her look bad. Not a single live makes her look good. I'm just gonna, like, probably link them all in the description because I don't want to make this video way too long because I feel like it's already kind of long. But I will definitely try to link as much as I can, videos from other creators, as well as, like, articles and stuff like that, because this bitch, it's this. So she gets on live and tries to gaslight other, like, content creators and other TikTokers and other, like, YouTubers who are not on her side. And she's calling them haters and saying that we all go through things and get attacked. So you should know why you shouldn't be attacking me too. You're a pedophile. You are in a relationship. I don't even want to call it that. You are grooming this 13-year-old. That's why you're being dragged. They're not haters. We are telling you you're wrong. And then she goes into this thing where she's like, just tell me what I did wrong. Kissing a 13-year-old boy is where you went fucking wrong. What do you mean? tell you, where everyone is blatantly telling you what you did was gross and disgusting. But I think she wants us to tell her nicely, like, hey, Zoe, sweetie, maybe you shouldn't kiss the... No. We're not going to talk to you like that because there is a child in here. A child does not fucking know any better and is defending you and defending your love. My God. But she's trying to say that all the creators are being unfair and being haters. They're not being sympathetic and no one's holding her hand. And it's like, no, baby, you're a groomer. You should be in prison because you on, again, in 4K, we have you in a video kissing this child. We have text messages with you heavily suggesting something to this child. And we have you yourself admitting you were kissing a child. What are we supposed to do with this information? When it comes to children, people take that very seriously. She's also been posting about losing her friends. Shout out to her friends for having a little bit more brain cells than her. Because I feel like, because she was just like, you guys were supposed to be loyal. You said you had my back. You said you were never going to tell my business. Okay, there's a difference between just gossiping about your friend and your friend committing a crime that involved a 13-year-old child. If one of my friends was out here running these streets with a 13-year-old, I'm telling the police too, are you kidding me? I don't want to be friends with someone like that. I would actually sit with myself and be like, what is wrong with me that I did not see the red flag that you are a groomer? And she's been on TikToks talking about, I miss my friends. I'm like, they don't miss you, baby. You lost your friends because you are a sick and gross person who seems to not see where they're wrong in the situation. Because she's treating this situation like she is a person whose old tweets got brought up, which I'm filming this Monday of this week. All these celebrities' old tweets, JT, Queen Naija, it was a bad weekend for everybody because everybody's old tweets got brought back up. But she's trying to equate like you getting exposed for your old tweets and her grooming a 13-year-old. 2 brain cells. 2 of them. And it's like and she was like, y'all making the situation out to be worse than it actually is. No, it's just as bad, if not worse, than what I thought it was going to be when I started researching this. It got significantly worse. And then she went on live with her mom, who all that blonde dye has seeped into her brain, has corroded everything. There are worms in there. Talking about, y'all shouldn't believe everything you hear on the internet. Just wait. And I'm just like, but your own daughter said that she kissed him. Are we not supposed to believe her? Like, most of what we know came out of your child's mouth. Am I not supposed to believe it out the horse's mouth? Like, I don't seem to understand. Now we go forward to like today, and like Zoe is still posting on her social media like it's normal. For some reason, she has not been deplatformed. She has no reason being on social media anymore because she's a danger to children. She's a literal danger to children. She needs to be out of here. That's a big issue with TikTok, is not doing enough about the predators on their app. There's too many grown people on this app filled with children acting inappropriately. And Zoe's just on the long list of creeps on TikTok. Because again, this boy, this child, this 13-year-old is one of her supporters. She abused that power. Another thing I noticed that she did was really interesting to me was making sure when speaking on their relationship, she said, we didn't want this to get out because we knew what we had, and we didn't want to make this bigger than it actually is. It's we. He's 13. He can't make sound decisions because his brain has not fully developed yet. What choices and decisions can a 13-year-old make? Not any. None at all. I wouldn't allow a 13-year-old to watch a houseplant. Would you? Would you really? It's just little things like that. You can just see how manipulative she is. And then again, it's back to the white woman tears and the crying on live. Like, I'm supposed to feel bad for you. I'm supposed to feel bad for you because you got caught with a child? Again, all of this is we've seen it with our own eyes. There's no way to misconstrue the situation because we saw the video of you kissing him in 4K and you out your own mouth said you kissed him. What is there to misconstrue? What is there for us to mix up and fill it with lies? We've seen it all. You said it all. Zoe is gross and disgusting, and it truly and honestly pisses me off because if she was any black or brown creator, everyone would have done everything they possibly could to get her off social media. If she was not a blonde white girl, she would not still be on TikTok posting like nothing happened. If she was anything but a blonde white girl, she would be in jail. And it's so... It truly pisses me off because this is unfair because black and brown creators get canceled for nothing. For nothing. Even fucking Manny MUA, he in that whole first Dramageddon didn't actually do anything that bad but be called a bad friend and he got the brunt of the cancellation. Like, he wasn't the one being racist, but he got... It's just very interesting to me who in situations gets canceled and who doesn't. And it's never people who actually are doing the horrible and terrible things. It's people just making average mistakes you and I would both make. Now I wouldn't, if I got to be like that level in stature, old tweets deleted. Actually, I'm making a whole new Twitter account, deleting the old one. Y'all ain't never gonna find nothing from me. You ain't bringing up. I don't have any tweets. Because I do have, because my Instagram account is new. I mean, not Instagram, my Twitter account is new. I deleted my old one. So, we all good over here, baby. Because I had that Twitter when I was 13 years old. And a lot of the views and opinions I had when I was 13, I don't have anymore. So that account is gone. Because I've grown from the person I was. I don't want to associate with Young Chastity because Young Chastity was very insecure and very self-hating. Don't a lot of demons. But I have no links to that. That's all gone. I went through my Facebook, deleted all my old Facebook posts that were problematic because I've grown and evolved from those opinions. How did I get here? Not me rambling like this. But, so I feel like because of Zoe's past, she can't see that we're not being haters. We are concerned about a 13-year-old child who is very obviously being groomed by a woman in power. Someone that has so much control over him. That's why we're concerned. And another one of her Instagram lives, she was trying to like gaslight people and being like, if your parents saw how y'all were talking about me, if my parents knew I was dragging a sex offender, they would be right there with me. What do you mean? You're grooming a child. I'm not going to speak to you nice. I ain't going to talk to you nice. What? Too many people been talking to you nice. That's why you're doing shit like this. Again, this whole situation is a mess, and it really does break my heart that she's never really going to face any consequences. It don't seem like it. It doesn't seem like the boy's parents want to press charges. It doesn't seem like like TikTok or any other social media platform that she's on is looking to deplatform her, which she absolutely needs to be. She has no business. She has no business being able to be in contact with minors. but because she is who she is and she looks like the way she looks, it seems like as of right now she's not going to face any type of consequences, which is normal. It's upsetting, definitely. It pisses me off. It truly does. Because this little boy is a victim. And I know he doesn't see himself as one. And he feels like he got this hot older girl. But I've yet to meet a man that's been in any forms of sexual relationships with older women that as a grown man, everything's okay with him. Either he takes out that kind of anger out on women, he himself ends up sexually assaulting younger people, or like they treat women badly. Like no one as a child who has anything happen to them involving an adult is ever fully okay. And I feel a lot of people champion boys when they have any type of relations with grown women. I'm going to do a video about this topic as well again after I finish the series, a teacher, because I definitely want to talk about the relationship of older, just power dynamics like that of an older person and a younger person, but in particular with boys. I feel like we don't advocate enough for boys who are being sexually assaulted. And this is just something I'm like passionate about, and I definitely want to continue this conversation. So I think that's it. Hopefully this video is not way too long because editing will be but I really appreciate all of you guys for sitting here with me and hearing me talk about this. I definitely feel like more people need to hear about this because I had no idea this was happening. I feel like I heard something in passing, but I never really like got see any content sent my way about it. So definitely like I will be adding links and stuff in the description so you guys can do your own research as well, not just listen to me ramble for God knows how long. And again, the link and stuff to my friend and her Instagram and Webtoon will also be in my description below, because again, I wouldn't have even done this video without her asking me to. So again, thank you so much for being here and for sitting here with me for this long. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and tell me what you think about this whole situation. What you think should happen to her. Prison, probably. But again, just tell me how you feel. If you heard about this story, like if you knew about this, like tell me. Like I really am just curious because this is something I had no idea was going on, like at all. So thank you guys so much for watching. Bye guys.